G'day guys, this is Broadcasting Because here with a brand new series, the very first series in fact on this channel. So I'm really excited to get something started that I can hopefully carry on with over the next little bit. So I thought, since AFL season's back in Australia and I'm looking to break things up a little bit on this channel, I thought I'd dig out an old game from last season called AFL Live. A very much hyped game that I haven't played since the end of last season really. So I'm looking forward to getting back into it, and hopefully we can just have a bit of fun with this. So what the plan is, I'm going to pick a team to take through the season mode of this game. I chose the Fremantle Dockers mainly because I think they're the most exciting team to watch in the AFL at the moment. You might notice as well, GWS, I've had quite a bit of spare time over the last few days, and I just knocked together some of their players and put them in a team. So they're now in the league, all the AFL teams are in, and hopefully this will be a season that we can really enjoy. So what I've done here, I've just simulated all the AI matches just to get a feel for the sort of competition that I'll have throughout the season. Some pretty decent matches as well by the looks of it. Not too many surprises either. The two surprises I picked out were North Melbourne absolutely destroying the West Coast, who I thought would really be contenders this year. A close match between Collingwood and Hawthorn to be expected there. Sydney absolutely handing it to GWS, and I'm surprised that the Crows beat the Cats by that much actually in Geelong as well. Skilled stadium, a very difficult place for any opposition to play. So at the moment I just go through and pick my team, adjust some of my tactics. It's not very in-depth with this game. I think a lot of it's just all about having a good footy game and all for the fun of it really. So here we go, up against the Essendon Bombers in the first game of the season, under the roof at Etihad Stadium. Always a difficult location to play, particularly from an out-of-state team. But of course it's the first game of the year, you never know what's going to happen. Both teams looking to set out to really make their mark early days. And the season is now underway. The bounce is made. Fremantle, Essendon, AFL Live. Here we go. Well, straight from the get-go, Essendon were right on the front foot as Angus Monfries floats a lovely ball towards Mark Williams, who'll eat that out every single time. He walks back and slots it through. Now, I'm not going to lie, guys, this was not an easy match. I haven't played this game in over 12 months, or probably over about 8 months now, and I got absolutely dominated early. You can see here this sort of passage of play was typical of most of the first quarter. Pavlich gets a breakaway and puts Fremantle on the board for the first time this season. But from there on it was very much Essendon's quarter and Essendon's half really. So we see there Mark McVeigh taking a relatively easy one-on-one mark against Nick Lower. Still a developing defender for Fremantle. I've looked to use him a lot more throughout the season. But anyway, he slots through the third goal for the quarter for Essendon. Well, just as I thought I'd be going into quarter time, only a goal behind, Michael Hurley slots one from 45 metres out with just 12 seconds left on the clock. I was pretty disappointed with that, and at quarter time I was down 31 points to 19. Not too disappointed, but I would have liked more. And of course Essendon came out absolutely all guns blazing. They kicked, I think, the first 3 or 4 goals of the quarter. Kyle Reamers there missing a pretty straightforward chance. So a bit of a let-off there for Fremantle, but as you can see, a lot of my kicks long weren't really to a man. They fell over the back, and then enter Stephen Hill, just absolutely blazing down the left wing. He finds Chris Main, who gives it off to Aaron Sandilands, who places a lovely way to kick to Matthew Pavlich, the captain, and to finish off, beautiful end-to-end football from Fremantle, kicks his second of the game. Now as Essendon look to take it the other way, Matt de Boer screaming over the top of Welsh. That was probably the only highlight of Matt de Boer's game. Very quiet, particularly early on. And we see here Nick Subin chasing down Mark McVeigh and does very well to get back to his feet and recover. And look at this, almost the goal of the game, just sliding across the face to narrow the margin to just 13 points. But of course Essendon bounced back very well. Paddy Ryder, the ruckman for Essendon, slots it through. Angus Monfries probably could have done a bit better there. So at half-time, Essendon double our score, 27 to 54. The Dockers not playing very well. Main and Mundy the only real standouts. Pavlich the captain with 2. And the Dockers needed something straight out of the blocks from half-time, and that is exactly what Matthew Pavlich delivered. He'd had a very good game so far. Not too many possessions, but with that he kicked his third straight out of the blocks. And how's about this for a response from Essendon? Michael Hurley goes up, takes a decent grab over Ryan Crowley and slots it from 48 metres. As I said before, this is by no means an easy match. Every time I've seen him to score, Essendon just blazed up the other end. Hurley had kicked 4 goals already in just the third quarter, so he'd played a very good game. Another thing the Dockers really struggled with was getting it out of the back 50. Kyle Reamers there missing a chance, just sliding across the face. And you have a look at the score, down by 29 points halfway through the third quarter. Fremantle rather, we needed a lift, and this is where it came. Jay Van Berlo taking a very nice pack mark. Very happy with the way he's played in this game. Fife gets a scrappy handball, but a good one nevertheless to Kepler Bradley, who finds Ballantyne right between the eyes. Now, rather than taking a shot, Hayden Ballantyne very unselfishly centres it to Chris Mayne at a much better angle, and this was a very important shot for Fremantle. Halfway through the third quarter, desperately needing a goal under the Etihad roof. Chris Mayne with the chance to really bring us back into the game, but he does miss it. A crucial miss in terms of the game. But never fear, this is where the Docker resurgence started. Sandilands gets a scrappy hand pass to Nathan Fife, who breaks away from the pack and kicks the first of 3 goals for Fremantle before the end of the quarter. 3 crucial goals, and keeping Essendon to just the 1 point before 3-quarter time. So within a matter of a few minutes, Fremantle had turned the game around, and we were right back in it at the 3-quarter time break. Pavlich with 4 goals and Chris Mayne with 10 possessions. Now, I don't know what happened to Essendon for the 4th quarter, but at the beginning, for some reason, Fremantle just found it so easy to score. Mayne with a lovely over-the-shoulder kick to the captain, Matthew Pavlich, who steps back and makes no mistake, kicks his 5th of the game, and then Michael Barlow absolutely tearing away from Heath Hocking and puts the Dockers in front for the first time this game. Essendon taken completely by surprise, and just to rub salt into the wound, Hayden Ballantyne, the little gnat up forward for Fremantle, kicks his 2nd of the game. And you can see Aaron Sandilands, the one thing that really did annoy me about this game, he just wasn't winning any of the hitouts. Really struggling against David Hill. And look at this from Kepler Bradley, just picks it up and smashes it home from just inside the 50 to stretch Fremantle's lead to 13 points. And with just 5 minutes to go, I'll be honest, I was feeling pretty confident that we would be able to seal off the come-from-behind win. But of course, complacency got the best of me, and Michael Hurley strolled in for his 5th goal of the game to just give Essendon a hint with 5 minutes to go. Now this, I really don't know what to say about it. Courtney Dempsey finds Rick Dyson, who just throws it on the boot and over his shoulder from about 48 metres out. That deserves a replay. All credit to Rick Dyson. Just throws it on the right and slams it home. So with 4 minutes to go, the scores are just 2 points apart. Fremantle with a 2-point lead. They've worked so hard to get in the position. I do not want to lose this. So with 2 minutes to go, it was a very close contest indeed. Essendon winning the clearance to get it down there into the field. Fife with a desperate handball. Not sure what Nick Subin was doing, just dropping away. But nevertheless, Essendon were able to find Mark Williams, who absolutely drills it home from about 45 out. And Essendon are 4 points in front with just 33 seconds to go. This is when all of our hard work needed to show. We'd worked so hard to get back into any sort of position to win this match. This had to be our game to take. David Hill went up and won the tap out as he'd done all day, and somehow we were able to get a decent use of it. Gets it away. Sandilands towards Nat Fife, but unfortunately the clock does beat us, and Essendon will run out 4-point winners for this game at home, a game which they were expected to win and probably didn't do so as comfortably as they would have liked. In summary, I think Fremantle did really well to come from behind to even get close to winning this match, but I think in the dying stages we really should have held on and not allowed Essendon that good use of the ball in the final few minutes. Now, my man of the match for this episode, the first episode of this series, had to go to Matthew Pavlich, the captain. He bagged 5, 9 disposals, a true captain's match, and he was the reason, I think, that we were so close to winning this match. The goal of the episode this week I gave to Kepler Bradley for his goal. He just picked it up and belted it home from inside the 50, just inside the 50. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get us over the line, but a very good effort nonetheless. And that just about brings an end to the first episode in this series, taking the Fremantle Dockers through a season on AFL Live. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. I'd really appreciate it. And thanks very much for watching again, guys. Stay tuned.